is one segment which I never said I'm going to do with you, which would be a quick fire, yes and no questions, right? Do you think supply chain people can work in sales? Yes or no?
No.
No. Can sales people work in supply chain?
Yes, in one condition.
Okay. Sales people love supply chain or hate supply chain people?
Love
or hate? No, don't make it, yes, it is love or hate, pick one.
A conditional one.
Who should be better friend or sales guys? Finance people or supply chain people?
Oh.
I appreciate your honesty, my friend. That's why you were very successful, right?
This video is brought to you by us, SCMDOJO. We provide awesome courses, guides, best practices for supply chain community.
Hi folks, welcome to one more episode of the Supply Chain Show. Today episode is special. The reason it is special because in this episode I am not interviewing anybody from supply chain. What I'm doing is I'm interviewing two fantastic sales leaders in Saudi and in the Middle East world, and we're going to talk about why it is and how it's important for sales leaders to understand supply chain and how knowing supply chain, how they have to sell better, right? So this is our topic. We're going to touch base on some basic concept of supply chain for sales team. Also, we're going to talk about to do the supply chain digitalization, the role of sales leaders to make it happen, right? And we have a real case study to discuss. So, Ahmad, thank you very much for being in the show.
Yeah.
Ahmad, Shadi, for being here and joining the show. So, quickly introduce yourself. Start with Ahmad first.
Okay, thank you for the introduction. First, I'm Ahmed Azab. I'm working in the tire business for the past 20 years, 6 years in Bridgestone in Egypt, joined Saudi with Pirelli, and for the past 2 years, I'm leading consumer sales in Bridgestone in Saudi.
Consumer sales means the passenger, right?
Passengers,
Support right? So you're the king of the consumer tire sales, right? You can say that.
work a little bit.
You work with your help. Great.
Yeah.
Now, Sadi.
Yeah, my name is 𝐦𝐤𝐬 and I've been working, I'm 10 years in the tire industry, mostly in the commercial, which is the truck sales, truck tire sales, and in the biggest brands in the tire industry, Michelin, Continental, and currently in Bridgestone in Saudi.
Right. So to start the discussion that why salespeople should understand supply chain, let me explain the relationship we have, right? So I started working with the company called ADCL. I'm consultant with them. I'm an advisor. I'm a coach as well. Right. So both of you, my students, right?
Yeah.
You attended my, basic supply chain trainings, inventory management, SNOP trainings, right? Change management trainings, absolutely. So once you join those trainings, I start understanding basic concept of let's call it supply chain. And we have seen the results are fantastic, mashallah, right? So I just want to hear, actually we start with about you first, that how understanding supply chain concepts, right, has helped you in doing your job as a sales leader, sales manager, sales people better, which help the customer. I mean, what do you think?
Okay, let's say in the business, we'll know as a sales leader, like planning to your order, pricing your customer, your product, all of that in the top. Same time, you always have some lack of solutions.
Yeah.
So you need to have someone to help you with that solution.
Yeah.
By explaining him the market, the tempo of the market, the dynamics of the market, so you can bring all the solution. It's easier for you to provide your product in a good price in a good time. So by understanding the rules and steps for supply chain, you can know what the supply chain people need.
Yes.
So you can provide it from your market experience and market knowledge. So they have all the data they need to provide you the solutions, and you decide what to do. So they make your life easier.
Yeah, understanding the lead time, the quantity, the capacity, so excellent. Sadi, what's your view on this?
Absolutely. Added to this would be like if salespeople would understand the core thing of their relation with the supply chain, which is demand forecasting, for example. So they can do the supply chain. So what do we need to sell? What is the potential? What is the opportunities? Where are we volatile with the forecast, and how's the market and how's the situation? Then they would have the availability that they can go with the market provide the market with the needed products, quantities at the same time, at the right time for the customers.
Right.
So they would be having maybe some competitive advantage if they are doing better in that area than some competitors.
Right. Now that's great. So it's basically understanding supply chain help both of you better in understanding what information you can pass on to your customer. If you have short or something, stock is right, so you get down with the better information in terms of can we supply, can we not supply, what should be the lead time, and basically, in all, providing better customer service. Right? If you provide better customer service, as you said, giving a competitive advantage, better from the customer, that means you have a chances of providing, overall better experience, and your relationship get better, you get sell more. So that's great. Now, there's a famous battle between the sales guys and the supply chain team for a very notorious topic, forecast and forecast accuracy. Right? Yeah. And I know that for a fact, especially starting with you, because you have a big product line and portfolio. Yeah. You provide the forecast, right? You do a very good job, right? But still, people have complaints about it, right? I mean, that's what you would think. And we supply chain think that you have accurate forecast. But forecast accuracy is a Mickey Mouse concept. Yeah. There's no thing which is an accurate forecast. No. Forecast is supposed to be wrong, otherwise it's a forecast. Exactly. Right? I can say a lot of other things about it, but let's keep it civil. Yeah. So, what do you think? Why is challenging to provide forecast to supply chain team? First point. Second point, even you provide a sales forecast, what is the expectation from the supply chain team?
Okay, expectation.
First answer first. Challenging you providing forecast.
Challenging. Okay, the dynamics of the market.
Yes.
Okay, if you read your market the right way, you need also to read your competitors, the strategies from the competitor, because sometimes you can make a right forecast, but you have a competitor that is focusing with you, and already we have in the market for the premium trade, for the premium tires, now we are more competitive. Yeah. Okay, so reading each other, meeting the market, sometimes it will affect the forecast, right? So you need to do at least accuracy forecast from 70 to 80%. Yeah. So okay, you work on reading the market, right? Reading the pricing of the market, right? What the market needs, the end user itself, because at the end we send to the same customer. If we don't understand the end user, the customer, the consumer himself, we will not be able to sell our tire. So providing all the data, we start to build our forecast, and then we have our supply chain teams that will help us. That we're saying, this is our forecast. We need these tires in that time, that product in that time. He would say, we can or we cannot. So sometimes we can fix our forecast by the supply chain people because they have the lead time. Yeah. They have all the reads that they can tell us, we will provide you with this product in that cost, in that time. They not interfere with the cost, but they say to us, to have all of this, it will cost you that. So you need to do this and do that. So at the end, it will reflect your sale in the market. So by reading all of this, at least, as you're saying, you're targeting to reach 70 to 80% from the forecast, and also 10% really will help me in this to keep the right stock on hand.
Yes. That will. Now, so you should take the part B of the question. So Anna does a great job explaining in the process and, the level of accuracy one should expect. So what do you expect after that from the supply chain team?
Expecting the supply chain team to understand the dynamicity of the market and how the salespeople they are facing in the market. Yeah. So maybe losses of opportunities, the change that we have in the market, that supply chain people has to understand this both from the other side. So that's what we call is the mutual understanding between the two functions, and then what brings the harmony in the business and resulting in the better business and better fertility.
Yeah. And I think the real contribution is what we do as a cycle of SNOP, as you talked in the course, right? Is this when you provide the forecast, is a job of a supply chain team to get back to you. Yeah. In terms of if you keep it simple, can we provide, can you not provide? So it's our job if you don't do it, then you won't be able to make the good decision to offer your customer alternative tires or alternative products, or maybe you can have this one, you can have a next one, so on so forth. So that's important. Now, in the second part, we move to our favorite topic, right? So a bit of background. We did it in fact about 18 months ago, or more than that, a very interesting case of supply chain digitalization. In that, we take a classical distribution model, right, which have all the problems of sending orders through fax machine, emails, paperwork, WhatsApp, you name it, and very, let's call it complicated way to send the invoices. A classic example that a lot of, process was manual.
Yes.
Even the thing called, which is from the order receipt or the information was taking 7 days. Right, so many manual processes. Right, then we went ahead and implement a project. We call it Digitalizing. Right, it's basically digitalize the order entry, order confirmation, shipping document, product portfolio, pricing, promotion, everything online.
It was
It's a great project. And so first of all, before I go to the journey of what we have learned and what was your role, I really want you to explain to the audience here, right, effect on customer or customer relationship of this, and effect of you. Do you see benefit as a sales leader, right? And then once you explain that, then I'm going to explain how important you guys are. But I want to explain that. So explain me your what you've noticed about customer thinking, and how is your experience as a sales engineer or sales man?
Yeah. So first, the most benefit that the customer is getting from having an online platform, a B2B platform, managing the whole order cycle from the moment of ordering till receiving the documentation and of course the goods before, is visibility on every aspect of the supply chain process in that cycle.
Great.
So this is maybe the number one benefit that he gets. So he's having visibility of the confirmation, the stock availability, the pricing, any new campaigns, promotions, the whole lineup of products, and which make it easier to take a decision, a purchasing decision.
Very good.
Then on the process itself, so this is the confirmation, and then this is the delivery. I get the document and everything. I get even the documentation before the normal process of manual handling or sending it for an email, waiting for the processing, printing out, and so on. So for the customer, it will be visibility on everything. For us, it will be visibility on the customer behavior, because now we see them better, and he sees us better. So that's like the transparency that we're bringing to the relationship between us and the customer.
Excellent. So I'm going to intervene and say two keywords we use frequently. You use the word visibility of everything you explain, and use the word transparency. When we talk about, there's a concept of 3 V's of supply chain. Our job is to improve visibility, improve velocity, improve or reduce variation. So this, as you explain, our digitalization is give a better visibility to the customer and really improve the customer experience. And it is one of the greater benefits of digitalization. So either you improve internal efficiency or you improve customer service. So everything you said, the visibility part and transparency part is actually improving the customer experience. Now, you have what you see as a sales manager or a salespeople, the benefits.
Okay, I will take from the shiny words the visibility.
Yeah.
The visibility helped the customer.
Yeah.
Who helped us with the forecast.
Yeah.
As we say, visibility will give them the full visibility of our lineup, whatever is available or not. So he can inquire, he can build our own forecast. So we can reach the accuracy of the forecast by his own hands.
Right.
Because, as I told you at the beginning, it's not easy to read the market, the dynamics of the market. So we give him the option to be a part of our forecast by giving his demand. So when he gave it to us, we can build the right forecast.
Right.
At least we can reach that goal.
That's correct.
Also saving time of process of like documentation and reading what's happening we give him our company in his pocket, wherever we go. What it also affects on me as a salesperson, as a salesman, that sometimes you go to visit a customer, it's not easy to handle your whole lineup. As you say, you have a huge lineup.
Yeah.
So wherever we are, he can check his orders, he can check where it is, he can make a new inquiry, whatever he needs. We look deep in whatever the end user and our customers, what they needs, and we make it in his hands.
Excellent. Now, so when we decided to do this project, we did the wireframing. Wireframing means, how you, the features and all that.
Yeah.
Then when you do something innovative, right, you can't be sure of everything. That's a part of the creativity innovation, right?
Yeah.
So the best way is the famous, lean startup concept of minimum viable product. I've gone through this. So both Anwar and said you've been extremely useful, I would say, is to go with the customer, ask them what they need, having a customer feedback, right? To help us define the features, because every supply chain is different, every vertical is slightly different. I know that the way of doing this, if you sell tires or sell batteries or sell electrical product, is same as a concept, but there is a lot of nuances. Like, for example, we call it SKU in any other division. They don't call it SKU, they call it sizes. Guess what? Sizes, you would not use the word sizes in selling electrical products or aerospace products, right?
Actually, we use the word size between each other, but with supply chain people, we use this.
Yeah, but the customers love sizes, right? So I would like to think, so the message I'm trying to say is this. So every element of development we did, coding, process, features, both Ahmed and Shadi have been instrumental in understanding what customer would like to see, how they would like to behave, and do that. So the real message here from me is that any company, anyone who's trying to do a supply chain digitalization project, i.e., as I said, the benefit which are either improve the customer experience or improve the internal efficiencies, cannot do successfully without the engagement of the sales leader, right? I mean, would you agree with that statement? I mean, what do you say? Whatever.
Absolutely. And then, because you are the touch point with the customer, with the market.
Yeah.
So you know the requirement better than anyone else.
You mean sales guy, right?
Sales guy.
Yeah.
So as a sales guy, you should feed this product with the requirements.
Yeah.
Like what do customers expect? And they look into that platform to find.
Right.
How would they prefer the experience to be? What are the main factors that they would like handy more than some other secondary features that they might be nice to have?
Yeah.
All these aspects of the project, you have that better than anyone else. You are in direct communication, daily communication with the customers,
Right.
and you have the best understanding of the market and the requirements of the market. So you should be the feeder of that knowledge to such a product.
Cool. Ellen, any thoughts on this?
As we say, as Shad said, we're reading the market and reading the customer, and also we use our own experience as being users. Okay, so also we see it from our own perspective, what we need, what the needed features, like what I need to see, what I need, because as we say, it helps us bring to the market, helping our sales. So it's also help the customer himself, how it would help him to see his business and improve his business with us. And actually, when we start deployment and executing that, we have I have actually a huge improvement in customer. They was C class for me, they now become premium class for you.
Yeah, and that's actually, that depends on your experience, because when at the very first stages of determining the features and the requirement of the platform, then it's actually depending on your experience, how many cases that you've seen, how many behaviors of customers, then you will start acting like each and every one of the customers that you have passed by through your career or in this industry, in this market, and then you act like them and you define the requirement based on that experience. So also, this is the experience of the salespeople will determine how strong is this platform covering the most of the requirement, if not all.
They need the ones.
Yeah.
Let's say.
And this project, I think, is a big success in the market, leading from the front. It gives the business initial a competitive advantage. So much so, there's a lot of competition is trying to copy it, and then maybe not as successfully because they don't have Ahmed and Shadi. So I think that's
Our project.
And the product manager.
This is the keys to success.
Actually, you are the actual executor.
Thank you. We got a fantastic team. I don't see Devendra,
Yeah, we have a huge team.
Huge team, fantastic team, and I believe that team can really do any project. Really, I mean, it doesn't matter what project is a great team. I know we love each other and we, doing each other vertical. Now, there's one segment. These guys are camera shy, so it was very hard to get them in front of the camera. Now, there's one segment which I never said I'm going to do with you, which would be a quick fire, yes and no questions, right? Okay, so now let's start with it. Do you guys answer yes and no, or I'll give you two choices, you have to pick one, right?
Okay.
Not many, maybe 4 or 5, top of my head, I've not even written. I actually just spotted right now. Right, okay. Do you think supply chain people can work in sales? Yes or no?
No,
No. Why not?
because salespeople should have a different set of skills that the supply chain people does.
Okay,
That's right.
good answer. Can salespeople work in supply chain?
Let's say I will say yes and no condition.
Okay.
Okay, first. The condition is split to two parts.
Right.
First part, they should have the right knowledge of the product.
All right.
Okay, and they could have.
Right.
Okay, they could have.
Good level,
Because already handling all the product with the customer. So you should have to
Quick fire.
yes, quick.
Quick fire, right?
Okay, the second one,
Yeah.
by digitalize the supply chain, they can do it.
Very good. Now, the third one. Salespeople have supply chain or supply chain people? Number eight. No, eight. Don't make it. Yes, it is number eight. Big one.
A conditional one. Okay. Mostly hate.
Yeah.
And, because of not understanding the nature of.
I appreciate your honesty, my friend. That's why you were very successful, right? And I think that would change. That needs to change. The reasons need to change because of you. We understand what you guys do, market challenges, and how you really want to be a partner with yourselves. And likewise, you understand our challenges, but not everything is magical, and we can create, product out of thin air, right? Then we appreciate each other's knowledge and everything. Now, okay, who should be better friend with sales guys? Finance people or supply chain people?
Supply chain.
Supply chain people.
Better friend.
Better friends.
Supply chain.
It should be supply chain people, right? Excellent.
Sales and finance.
Very good. These guys. I mean, I appreciate the honesty, man. They passed the test. They passed the test. Okay. Any final thoughts? Start with you, Saki, actually. Final words.
Actually, the mutual understanding of both function that will bring any business forward, supply chain and sales.
Excellent.
So both should be well educated about the other side.
He said it. That's shorts. I'm gonna do that. Final thoughts, Evan.
From my own perspective, I always was focused on training my team and the people on only the product and the knowledge of the product. Actually, now training them more in the business because, as we say, salespeople hate the supply chain. And now I'm working on training the team by understanding the supply chain. So now they can complain lateness and lead time. So we understand. So we have the power to lead.
A sales guy is using the word lead time. How good is that? How good is that? Right. Okay. Now, thank you, gentlemen. You guys have been immense. It's been a pleasure working with you, pleasure knowing you. Both of you are great with me, right? Again, I felt right now inspired, motivated. I want to train more salespeople to know supply chain. That's what we do at SCMDOJO, right? We are very cost effective. Go and sign us. So thank you for joining us, right? Thank you for sharing and everybody to join this show. And again, keep it simple, keep it real. Ciao. Thank you.